Well, hey there, fellers. What's going on? Sentient Potato here, and at the time of recording, it is May 1st, 2023, and I've been thinking about phasing out the webcam for a while. Mostly just because it's like, I don't know. So, yeah. Anyways, now that that's all out of the way, welcome to a recording where I review Nickelback's Silver Side Up album. Now, I've been thinking about doing this recording for a while because, well, especially after that Keep, or was it Get Rollin'? Either way, review. I want to be honest, like, my respect for Nickelback has hit an all-time low. And I needed to purify that by getting to a Nickelback album I know and loved. So welcome to my review for Nickelback's Silver Side Up album. And if you don't know what that is Nickelback's third album that they released. Their first being Curb, which was pretty good. And there is actually one reprisal of a Curb song in this album, which is nice. Now let me get into the review. Silver Side Up, I wrote, starts out immediately kicking ass out of the gate with its first song, Never Again. And I wrote, you can really feel the aggression with this song. This was a song my late grandmother enjoyed as well as my living mother. And it's true, my late grandmother, for whatever reason, really enjoyed the song, which was interesting because she was the type to listen to, Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash. So that grandma actually liked this song was still kind of wild to me. My mother liked the song as well, and also I loved this song. Again, it's a great song to a great album. So yeah, like, and as I wrote, just a great song all around, all things considered. I've even done this once in karaoke, and I enjoyed myself the whole time. Because this is just a great song. Like, the aggression is great, the lyrics are great, the guitar work is phenomenal, just like in this whole album. Like, there was such good album work. Like, it's just a great, like, such great instrumentals and vocals. Like, they did so good with Silver Side Up. Anyways, after this is a song in the album is a song everyone and their grandmother has heard at least once if they've tuned into a rock station in the last 22 years, which is How You Remind Me, which is obviously less high octane, but still very, very catchy, and it's just a great song all around. Because, you've heard, never man as a wise man, I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing, tired of living like a blind man, I'm sick and sad without a sense of feeling, and this is how you remind me. Again, everyone's heard that at least once. Even if they didn't like it, they've still heard that at least once. And yeah, like, this is still, like, at least according to YouTube Music and Spotify, last I checked, this is still Nickelback's most popular song they have ever released in their years of making music, which is still wild to me. Because there were far better songs. Hell, there were even better songs off of Silver Side Up. And so the fact that somehow How You Remind Me is their most popular song, it still seems like such horseshit to me. But it is what it is. You know what I mean, chat? Ah, yeah, you do. Anyways, this is also another fun song to do in karaoke, by the way. But after this is the song Woke Up This Morning, which is great, has a great beat, great instrumental work, great vocals, and still had the magic that Nickelback didn't have, like in their later albums, starting with Here and Now. So yeah, and this song was why I was actually kind of interested at one point about learning instruments. Now, obviously, I failed miserably, but, it is what it is. Because it's, like, some of the parts of the song are still pretty relatable, just as, like, some of the parts of this album, including its outro song. Number 4 on this album, also relatively relatable, Too Bad, by Nickelback. Which, again, that song should, in my opinion, should be Nickelback's most popular song. But unfortunately, it was robbed. We should fucking, make that song popular, man. It'll never happen, but I'd like to dream, Like, when I first heard the song, though, Chad, I was in a way different place than I currently am. Like, I'm in a much better place mentally, but at the same time, kind of worse, too. It's interesting how these things change. But honestly, it's a great song, and in my opinion, Too Bad is so dramatically overlooked that it's a shame. And that guitar work is just so friggin' great. And at the midway point, there is Just For, which was a reprisal from Nickelback's Curb album. And you can feel the grunge influence. Like, we're just in peak post-grunge. And it is just fantastic. Like, there is admittedly a little bit of whining, but, you know, this, like, it was, like, from that awkward grunge, post-grunge era of music. So again, you know, it's kind of understandable in a way. But it's, like, even though there is the whining, like, hey, get out of there, cat. It more than makes up for it. I still can't believe this is a reprisal of a Curb song, because it's just so great. Anyways, coming in for track 6 is Hollywood, which, it's alright. I mean, it's a pretty good riff that it leads with, and then goes into drum work, which it's also, like, it's all just fantastic music. Like, and it's got some of that early 2000s experimental feel, which makes sense, because this album came out in 9/11, like, literally just came out the same day as that event happened. Like, nothing really to it, but it's kind of interesting nonetheless, because there's almost a tragic feel to it, in a way. Anyways, coming in for track 7 is Moneybot, which feels like it belongs on the Curb album, in my opinion. But with the guitar work and lyrics, I felt it was almost too refined. Get out of there. And it's definitely the second best track in the whole album. Anyways, number 8 is what I'd consider probably the best song, but there's so many candidates for best song, it's hard to choose. But anyways, it's called Where Do I Hide? Which, again, deserves to be way more popular than How You Remind Me. But whatever. Anyways. Like, I almost wonder if this song influenced the direction that the Long Road album, which came out afterwards, went. Because it feels like it belongs on the Long Road. Like, it would have fit the theme, in my opinion. But it's still a great song. And like a lot of the songs on Silver Side Up, it deserved a music video, and Nickelback was robbed, in my opinion. And like I said, if I ever get into the film industry, I am going to license this for a movie. Same with Hangnail, which comes after. And while it is the weakest song in the album, it's by no means a terrible song, chat. Genuinely. It feels, and in my opinion, it is the logical conclusion to Where Do I Hide? Which, it may make no sense to you, but just listen to the beat, listen to the lyrics, it feels like the logical conclusion. And it's so catchy, and it deserved a music video. And like I said, it's got that early 2000s post-grunge experimental feel to it. And it works. But again, unfortunately, it's the weakest song in the album, despite not being a bad song. And then coming after Where Do I Hide and Hangnail is the last song, which is Good Times Gone, which, in my opinion, should be the most popular Nickelback song. Seriously, did y'all sleep on Silver Side Up or something? Dudes, damn. But seriously, it's a fitting ending track to the album, and it's just a headbanger in general. Well, I say headbanger, but not really a headbanger, but it's just a banger. Like, a good track is what I'm trying to say. And I kind of wrote in my notes, I wonder if this song inspired some of the tracks from the band Red Fox. Because I'm kind of curious, because it really does seem like it did inspire some of their earlier work, and some of their more experimental stuff. Anyways, there's good guitar work, a feeling of nostalgia, and really good lyrics. And like I said, how this isn't Nickelback's most popular song, I don't know, because this is way better than How You Remind Me. Admittedly, it does start slow, but it's got room, because it is the longest track of the album. And I used to listen to this track all the time as a little kid, because I had one of those, you know those portable CD players that you hooked in a headphone to and you put in your CD? Like, I had this album with me, and I used to bring this and Nickelback's Give Me Back My Bullet album, or Give Me Back My Bullets, sorry, album to school. This and one of those Leonard Skinner Icon CDs. Like, those 3 CDs were what I used to bring to elementary quite often when I was a kid. He even used to try to do the Chuck Berry, sort of hop dance thing when I was a kid, like to Freebird. But that's a whole different topic. But again, like as a kid, I loved this track. As an adult, I loved that track because fucking Good Times Gone is amazing. And like it's got slowness, but it works in the favor because if it was fast, I feel like it would go against the melancholic nostalgia feel of the song. But it's also really good at invoking that feeling, and it even brings tears to my eyes even now. They just don't make songs or even albums like this anymore, which is just a damn shame. Anyways, this album, like I said, like I learned today, this album came out on 9/11, which I had not realized. And I almost wonder if that had something to do with the album's popularity. Ah well, either way though, it's a great album, and my favorite Nickelback album, and not just my favorite Nickelback album, chat, but it's my one of my top 5 music albums of all time. Silver Side Up, listen to it, honestly. And I had this on CD. Like I said, like I didn't just like bring it to school when I was a kid, chat, like in the portable CD player. I used to also have this brought on like on road trips that my mom and I took because we all loved this album. Like we used to just jam out to this like on the way to Goodwill or Wally World or even just McDonald's or hell even just jam out to this on the way to like just the regular Four Corners. Like what a great friggin' album. If I had to give this a rating, chat, it would probably be a 9 out of 10. Y'all gotta listen to Silver Side Up. Too many people are sleeping on it, which is a shame. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more, like, comment, subscribe. If you don't want to see more, that's fair. What do you guys think of this album? Let me know in the comments. I would actually be very curious to hear. Either way, though, love you guys. See you soon.